Mr. Speaker, they are on much talked about for 24-hour economy. The president came here, they said it was all ready. The finance minister comes here, and again, the 24-hour economy policy is not included in his budget statement.
Promises. Almost every promise that was made by John Dramani Mahama is being fulfilled in less than 120 days.
So I was saying, mo bibi akwaba. Sese die Yera John Dramani Mahama were presenting the first budget in office since Ofa Akunjaro. Now, in fact, more than 20 days, social contract on a year Ghana for a coy brand or year campaign. What me adiso, including the e-levy COVID-19 betting tax and all those bosha or share, assemblymen will be paid, and the other promises are okay. Say within 120 days, Oba Obembe Kishio say ebeye jumano. In fact, the promises run with this. And one thing is, after the budget reading, now I will say the Afanunu minority leader, Afenyo Markins, any majority leader, Yera, Mahama Ayariga, Obia didn't comment. This is not the debate. In fact, this is not the debate, but also be a passing comment. The OT and as said you who budget answer official debate in Ankasa and yen and I send you down with the ready budget. Now, any parliamentary sitting beyond, they will start debating on it. Now, wait now for your marking. Sorry, in fact, not a heated argument or say we a year budget.
We are not going to make comment today. 91, Mr. Speaker, when he makes a statement, we are supposed to comment on it.
Yes.
Yes. So I'm saying that we are not going to engineer the comment today. Because, Mr. Speaker, they are not ready. We are ready, but we think they are not ready.
Minority
so I'm
leader.
only going to give an indication. Mr. Speaker, let the minority leader enjoy his bona fides for this minute. Just relax, Mr. Speaker.
I only want to draw your attention to the fact that you can only make comments.
Very well.
And the comments not more than 5 minutes.
Mr. Speaker, in commenting on this statement by the finance minister, it is clear to all of us in this chamber that today they decided to populate this chamber Mr. Speaker, they populated this chamber with their members only to come.
Honorable Minority Leader.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker.
The Minister for Finance did not talk about the population of the chamber. So that is not part of the statement of the Minister. Please.
Mr. Speaker, I noticed that when the finance minister came to present his statement, for the first time after the inauguration, the swearing in, the majority side was heavily populated. Mr. Speaker, that notwithstanding, Mr. Speaker, we have witnessed what we can best describe as an Azan budget. Mr. Speaker, they are on much talked about for 24-hour economy. The president came here, they said it was all ready. The finance minister comes here, and again, the 24-hour economy policy is not included in his budget statement. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, the youth of this country have been waiting for this 24-hour economy policy. The minister tells us the policy will be brought later. Hey, Ato, the policy will be brought later. Mr. Speaker, it is clear that all the jobs they promised the youth of this country was merely an Azam promise. Mr. Speaker, there is no inspiration from this budget. There is no hope in this budget. The repetition of the social intervention programs, Mr. Speaker, and then the minister complained that some contracts at the road sector had no commencement certificate. Go to the Chain Homes Road. There is a road construction on the Chain Homes. There is a new road being constructed to the 10 rooms with a new roundabout. There is no commencement. We did a search. There is no commencement. There is no PP approval. You are doing, Mr. Speaker, you have started construction.
Minority Leader. Honorable Minority Leader. Honorable Minority Leader. Honorable Minority Leader, please, comments. I have given you a privilege. Don't abuse it.
Mr. Speaker, I shall conclude my comments by saying that whereas the Minister of Finance told us that there will be heavy sanctions against all those who go contrary to the PFM Act. Under his own administration, the Chain Homes Road is being constructed now. A new runabout is being constructed. Meanwhile, there is no commencement certificate. Meanwhile, there is no PP approval. Mr. Speaker, the sanctions must start with his own ministers. Mr. Speaker, we are ready for our comments. We know they are not ready, but if the minister is going to stay, Mr. Speaker, let us start the comments on this budget statement here and now, because this Azam budget, we cannot allow it to get onto the shelves for Ghanaians to think that there is any hope. Mr. Speaker, there is going to be comment to expose them. Thank you very much.
Abusia okasa wiye no ena Mahama Ayariga nso a oye the majority leader nso sorry ena okase osi Azam budget hwe we budget for what? For school children. Budget for what? Omoka de saying Kejetia market women. Budget for what? School girls. In fact, budget for everything. Na orano in some of the two uchirim hawa usi kikani sem and hawa usi punchy afenyo Markins na utimusa ampa budget no eni daswa ewum Mahama obeye ampa inti nsema yura Mahama Ayariga nso editu edwa.
Honorable Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, the Minority Leader and I share something in common. We were both assemblymen. And when the Minister of Finance made the unprecedented announcement of a gargantuan sum of money for assemblymen, I saw the gleeful smile on his face. Unfortunately, it will not apply to ex-assemblymen. Mr. Speaker, this clearly is a budget of a government and a party that keeps its promises. Almost every promise that was made by John Dramani Mahama is being fulfilled in less than 120 days. This budget is a budget for Makola women. This budget is a budget for assemblymen. This budget is a budget for girls. This budget, sanitary pads, students, girls, students, sanitary pads, there's sanitary pads. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, it seems to me that the men on this side have started using sanitary pads. Because the sanitary pads is for the female students. That's why I said girls. Mr. Speaker, this is a budget for school children. They will now get the set of textbooks that they need to study. And peace of mind. Mr. Speaker, this is a budget that delivers solid reforms. And this is a budget that is moving our growth from Galamsey growth to real growth. Mr. Speaker, by the time we finish implementing this budget, and by the time we finish implementing the three that will come after this one, Osunu beye nkitikiti. Osunu beye nkitikiti. Osunu nkitikiti. To it, Mr. Speaker, the elephant will become small. Osunu beye kitikiti.
Majority Leader, the Minister for Finance did not talk about Osunu. So, Osunu is not part of the statement. Please.
Speaker was Mr. Speaker, on that note, I want to assure my friend, the minority leader, that the road at Chain Homes that is being done is not a new project. It's not a new project. So don't. There's something else you want me to add. Yeah. Mr. Speaker, this is a budget that gives hope to Ghanaians. This is a budget that will stabilize the economy. This is a budget that will create jobs for the youth of this country, because this is a budget that will stabilize the economy and provide the enabling environment for the private sector to thrive and create jobs for the youth of this country. Mr. Speaker, fishermen, Okada riders, taxi drivers, students, and the energy sector is going to be salvaged by the implementation of this budget. Mr. Speaker, I want to thank the Minister of Finance for making the statement, and to assure my friend, the minority leader, that we are ready to debate their records and our records, and we are ready to demonstrate that the proposals contained in the statement of the Minister of Finance will indeed reset Ghana. Ghana is being reset. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable members, as I stated earlier on, this statement is not to be debated. You are to make comments on the statement. And to guide you, we are going to provide a few things for members, because it's a transition. We used to debate budgets by making it a motion. Our standing orders from experience guided us to change it to a statement. And so last budget was a statement, and this one too is a statement. So it's a new field, and you need some guidance as to what to do during the course of that. If not, the Speaker will have a hell of trouble managing the House. So what we intend to do is to exhibit at the foyer budget statements since independence. You can go to the foyer and you get the budget statements since independence. We also have soft copies of handouts of budget statements with the pictures of the various ministers of finance. They will all be on display for you to go and either have a picture view or request for a copy so that you can, at your own leisure, go through it yourselves. There is a viewing session now of what has happened today, and that one too is available as a side attraction. You can go and have access.
So in conclusion, no, not just say any budget reading no eja eba no anya baba bedru. Iti Ghana sisi ye rajon Germany Mahama na buy no asase air for me, and I can boldly tell you say from ene kobiano aban no abeye solid. Akufado and send him bio, although say already was sell mine dada, and omo try say omo be reset, but she say budget ababiano ejina ye omo ankasa omo allocations and ye omo person omo ye how a sector be sika so mudi wuram any policies be a omo de baye a omo person omo implement any some enema bi a omo person omo ye e wo mo abai mu no mo good legacy no. It has just started. See ashase a omo eguso a nyame ya adom na say parliament tenase biwa, they are going to seriously debate. There was a parliament approve, there was a parliament and as a finance ministry, public procurement authority, omunso omu disika semni diebe also mu yibiano. They will start it now. I can boldly tell you say, and now me know say Yebra John the Money Mahama the president of Republic of Ghana, the budget no anase na yi no na buy no aform, and I think they are come to work hard for Ghanaians to get better future. Itiabusia na we ensem a etimi akoso mesro so document betum na wala ki dwumadie no iti we Afenyo Markins versus Mahama Ayariga on the budget presentation by Yura Kisel Ato Forson. Abusia mami hu de wo so odwin comment section ni me hu adwin kire like dwumadie ma share na afoforo intimi enye bi hwe mo hu se about 90% of your viewers no mo hwe de bia mo hwe Mega TV eno de mo hwe, and mo hwe wi am subscribe abusia ebasa na agro ni nye de bio nti o hwe nyina no na o subscribe, o hwe nyina no na o subscribe na o share. So wunya subscribe ya subscribe na o like na o share edman na busia me ma me royal bi nso akofa movie series bi aba wati ase na ye friend na minim ye na yenko me ma me royal bi ni YouTube channel no so na yenko subscribe to ni channel no Royal B TV. Ubo Royal B TV na se me channel no ba Mega TV scroll bra down ube se Royal B TV ewo honum na wa eden wakom na wako subscribe na watchen the movie series no for future Ajeko and the other popular Kumawood actors are omo ye adwuma pa wati asintie yi na mo me enko support ye ma me Royal B e bibia ntimi enko so busunya medwasi me ma bi chie bafo ewo United States of America ma me Nyankopon hira sanso no me ma me Royal B ewo UK e obi bia hwe Mega TV no Nyankopon hira makro bibia bye bye.